We're still here at AVCon 2019. God damn it, Will, I'm going to murder you. AVCon 2019 is still going on, and we are in my home away from home, the RETROSPEKT Retro Museum. We're going to have a quick look around and talk about some of the consoles of yesterday. Thanks. What's wrong with people? We're here looking at some of the older consoles of the yesteryear, starting with this one here, the Neo Geo. Now, these are one of my favorite non-Nintendo machines, primarily because it was a perfect one-for-one port from the arcade. And to the fact where these cartridges here, they may look big, it's because they're actual cartridges that go inside the big Neo Geo arcade machines. So if you had an arcade machine at home, which no one did back then, but I do now because I'm great. Anyway, these Neo Geo carts are the same size and completely compatible with the arcade machines. Very sought after, very, very expensive old gaming machine. What we have here is the arcade machine based on the hit movie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. In this game, you walk around as The Rock and become giant lizard people and steal ladies' clothes, just like the real Rock. You too can be The Rock if you go on The Rock. Oh, awesome! Man, Atari Lynx, these things are awesome. Yep, full battery. Hang on, I haven't played one of these in ages. It's already flat. For those of you who don't have that horrible disease of collecting Nintendo consoles like I do, you may not be aware that the Nintendo over in Japan was actually called the Famicom and later the Super Famicom. We have here Street Fighter 2 on the Super Famicom, with the only real discernible difference between the PAL version and the NTSC version being the Famicom label right here. It's not like that horrible US version that's purple and looks like a tissue box for some reason, but I'm going to give my boy Ryu a go right now. Once upon a time during the Great Console War, it was Nintendo versus Sega. Nintendo did come out of that on top. However, Sega were very, very close behind with classic games on their Dreamcast console. Classic games like... I take it back, it wasn't close. Sega just... The hell's wrong with you, Sega? Milton Bradley. No, not the monocle-wearing, top-hat sporting millionaire from Monopoly, but the company that makes all those board games. However, way back in 1982...
Is there anything we can help you with at all while you're trying to film that movie?
Excuse me for a second. Milton Bradley released the Vectrex in 1982. Now, while this machine wasn't a huge success, it is very, very expensive by today's standards. We can see here the built-in monitor that the game compartment was actually in, and he's coming back again. My God. Don't go to RETROSPEKT. They're jerks. These now are very, very hard to come by, very, very expensive, because a lot of people who bought them in the early 80s threw them out or gave them away like the fools that they are. One of the things that I really like about the Vectrex is, in order to have color, you had these cellophane screens that are very, very fragile now that you placed over the top. So if you had something like Pac-Man, you would have the screen placed over and the game would fly in between the lines of the cell shade. So I'm all discombobulated now. This is what I have to deal with. These jerks at RETROSPEKT going around ruining everyone's videos. You wait until the panel tomorrow. You wait until that panel where I'm sitting on there and I'm going to give them all what for. I can tell you, dear viewer, that they are going to pay and pay dearly. Milton Bradley.